Mate, prison slang. Quickly, do you know sometimes when you wake up and it's just stress from the off? Well, I've got a neighbour, right? There's my drive. Before I moved in, the person who lived there previously used to let my neighbour park their car, over our drive like that, block the drive because they never had a car. Well, I have a car. Guess what? We have a car in this house, so she can't park there no more. We told her that. It's like the biggest thing in the world because she can't park her car in front of our gate anymore because she lives opposite. She doesn't live on her road. She lives opposite. Yeah, so we can see each other when we're looking out in the garden. But she wants her car parked outside her house, but blocking our drive. She has to drive, this woman. Very, very weird. I mean, why don't we just let her park in front of our house? Why don't we? Why don't we use the car park down the end of the street? That's what she's thinking. Lunatic. Anyway, but she just goes out of her way to be annoying every day. It's like, mate, you know, never going to let you park your car outside of our house. Go away. Anyway, right, prison slang. Prison slang. A couple of people have asked me about this the last couple of days, and I was actually thinking about it about a week ago. It's just there's so many words. I mean, I'll probably come back and do another video about it because I'm not even coming close to all the prison words all the prison slang, all the words that are used. Yeah, all the words that are used in prison. So I'll go for a few, the ones that I've just thought of and remembered, and then I'm sure we'll go back to it. Peter. I'm sure I've said Peter sometimes. I try not to say these sort of words constantly on these videos, but because I'm aware that some people won't know what they mean, but they slip out constantly. So Peter. Peter means sell. Why does it mean sell? Who knows? No. Peter. Cockney rhyming slang. People have heard of Cockney rhyming slang. Cockneys say other words to replace words that rhyme. Pocket, skyrocket. Stairs, apple and pears. Yeah. I don't want to go on. This isn't Cockney rhyming slang. This is prison slang. But a lot of these words come from originally some sort of Cockney rhyming slang. So Peter. A safe is a Peter. If you was a safe cracker, you was a Peter man. You was a Peterman if you was a safe cracker. Why were safes called Peter? Don't quote me on this one, but it's because of the potassium nitrate, one of the ingredients that was used to blow the doors off, so to speak. Saltpetre or something. Saltpetre. And that's where the name Peter comes. It's saltpetre. So Peter, Petrie, Peter. I think that's where it comes from. Yeah, sell, Peter. Pad, sell as well. I don't know why a pad's a cell. Banged up, locked in a cell. Obviously, goes without saying. Banged up could mean just in prison in general. But usually, if I'm talking about banged up, it usually means I'm getting put in my cell. I'm already in prison and I'm getting put in my cell. Bacon. Pedo. Is Mr. Peter File around? Can Mr. Peter File stand up? Bacon, yeah. I have to be very careful of that use of the word on here anyway. So bacon. Could Mr. Peter File stand up? Is Mr. Peter File in the room? Screw. Prison officer. Why are they called a screw? A long time ago, 200 years ago, 100 years ago, there was treadmills in prisons. Yeah, that giant hamster wheel that a prisoner would stand on for all day or whatever, walking around it, and it would crush rocks. I think it was a pointless punishment, literally walking about on a giant hamster wheel. And the screws, well, the turnkeys, as they were called back then, would turn the screw up to make the treadmill harder. I'm presuming it was a punishment if they didn't like you. Oh, there you go. To turn the screw on a treadmill, make it tighter, make it harder for you to work, like walk. There you go. Yeah. Oh, mate. I would have definitely been beaten to death by the screws, I think, because jumping on a hamster wheel would have not been a bit of me. Kanga, that means a prison officer as well. Kanga, kangaroo, screw. That's where kanga comes from. Kanga, kangaroo. Oh, watch it, kanga's coming. Kangaroo, screw. Sharon. This is the only place I've ever heard it used is prison as well. But it's not. I haven't heard this get used by loads of prisoners. I've used it a couple of times because I've heard other prisoners use it, but I've heard about 5, 6 prisoners say Sharon Stone phone. Basically, again, Cockney rhyming slang, dog and bone phone, yeah. But everybody knows what dog and bone means. Everybody. So if you're just talking about a Sharon, even on a prison phone, but why would you? On one of those blue phones, they're all recorded. But if you say Sharon over that phone, who's going to know what you're talking about? Sharon Stone phone. Burn means tobacco. I'm not sure if people say that out. I've never heard anyone refer to tobacco as burn other than in jail. Another one's come in my head quickly. Set. I'm pretty sure I've never heard anyone refer to as like a set. A music system, a system, a CD player. I've only ever heard people, I say it as well, call it sets in prison. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe everyone calls it that on road, and then I'm going to get flooded with people saying, "Oh yeah, we all call it set." I've only ever heard them called it set on road. Spice, yeah, that nasty drug. People call it mamba, and mamba is just it's like beer, and you've got all different types of beer, yeah. Mamba is just a different type of spice. So it's just a brand, yeah. So spice is actually what it's called, but a lot of people call it Mamba for some reason. But it's just a brand. It's be in the packaging, you'd have Mamba written on it, and then you buy another packaging, it'd be like this one's called something else, like different brands of cigarettes and all that. But yeah, so rice. People call spice rice. Yeah. Why do they call it rice? Because it rhymes. And presumably, when people first started calling it rice, I reckon every screw has heard the word rice now, yeah. But I'm presuming that back in the day they didn't, so you could say it. Where's that rice? Where's the screw? Would be like, prisoners are like right into their rice at the minute. Chicken and rice, sugar and spice, you know. I had a couple of people who used to call it Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry in Scrubs. And I can't remember the reason now. It's an obvious reason, and I can't remember it. Shank, we've all heard of that. I'm not going to start saying that on here, but yeah, a prison shank. Looks like a knitting needle, but a bit bigger. A parcel. Drugs. That's what parcel is. If anyone's talking about parcel in prison, you say that on road as well, really, but parcel. If you're going out on a visit, you're collecting a parcel. You're waiting for a parcel. Parcel's getting chucked over. A throw over. A throw over. Nobody says that apart from prison. That's prison slang. A throw over is when somebody stands outside the prison gate. Well, somebody standing outside the prison walls, obviously a free person, and throw a parcel over, and it lands, and then people grab it. That's a throw over. Is there a throw over happening on exercise today? I hope so. You've got to keep the screw occupied. There's a throw over happening today. Make sure the screw's got his back turned. Make sure the kanga's got his back turned. While I get my Sharon out and call it on. A lump. A lump in prison slang means a big sentence. Yeah. You wouldn't say you got a lump if you've got 2 months. You'd sound like a moron. You'd say you got a lump if you've got a 10 or something. Yeah, the geezer over there, he's got a lump. Alright. Bird. Yeah, we've all heard of that. Doing bird. Just being in prison, doing bird porridge. Being in prison as well. Nobody really says that anymore. probably old men, but that's about it. Shit in a shave. Shit in a shave. If you've got a lump means a big sentence. Shit in a shave means a quick one. Yeah, that's all you got time for. A quick shit and a quick shave, and you're back on the street again. Getting spun is a cell search. Yeah, or anything spun in general. There could be the wings getting spun. You know, you're all sitting back at lunchtime. All of a sudden, you hear the dogs bark. You hear the door get cracked onto the wing. All the dogs are going off, and it's on. It's on quick. You know what I mean? The screws are on. So wings getting spun. Everyone a bit outdoors. Everyone, surprise spun, surprise spin, surprise spin. On road. I say that all the time. On road. Actually, a family member asked me about that yesterday. What does that mean? Yeah, being on the street. Being on the street. I don't mean homeless. I mean, you know, doing a lump. You're in prison. You're on road. You're on the street. You've got free. It could also mean freedom as well. You know, it depends what context you're saying it in. You know, when you're in jail. When I land road. Don't even make sense. But when I land road, you know, when I hit the street, when I get freedom. Behind the door, that means in prison. Doesn't just mean in the cell. Behind the door. Where you been? I've been behind the door for the last 10 years. It means you've been in prison. I think I've come to the end of the list for now. If anything, I learned something new today about the Peter, the potassium nitrate. Maybe I'm wrong on that bit, but the Peter safe. That's all right. Anyway, if you enjoyed that, hit subscribe and we'll chat again. Adios.